For years, we've been sold a single-minded formula for success. Hustle hard, stay in your lane, and outwork everyone else. It's a message that fueled a generation, but now it's starting to show its cracks. Gen Z isn't just grinding, they're questioning. They're shifting from solo pursuit to strategic alignment. Because in the long game of impact and fulfillment, it's not just about how much effort you put in, it's about where that effort flows and who it flows with. Working hard is essential, yes. But working smart, that's where the real edge is. Especially when you realize that your environment, your circle, your energy, your values can either amplify your ambition or drain it dry. So, if hard work is the engine, consider your people the fuel. Ready to shift gears? Let's start by challenging one of the most romanticized myths in the playbook of success. Let's start with the hustle culture anthem that's been on repeat. The lone wolf, rise and grind, mindset. It's powerful, no doubt. There's something magnetic about the idea that with enough grit, enough caffeine, and enough late nights, you can carve out success on your own. And for a while, it might even work. Those early, solo sprints build resilience and self-trust. But here's the truth that often gets left out. Going it alone has limits. When burnout becomes the baseline and progress starts to stall, it's usually not about lack of drive. It's about lack of support and perspective. As the saying goes, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, you need a crew. Even the greats didn't do it solo forever. Mastery isn't just about grinding harder. It's about knowing when to shift from solo hustle to strategic connection. And that shift starts with one overlooked variable that shapes every major success story: your inner circle. Let's explore what that actually looks like. Once you look beyond the headlines about Warren Buffett's investing genius, something deeper comes into focus. He wasn't just calculating market trends, he was curating the company he kept. Early in his career, Buffett was obsessed with numbers, valuation models, and balance sheets. But over time, his sharpest edge wasn't just in spotting undervalued businesses. It was in building high-value relationships. His partnership with Charlie Munger wasn't a convenience. It was a catalyst. Munger brought philosophical depth, long-term thinking, and a blunt clarity that refined Buffett's own instincts. Together, they didn't just avoid mistakes. They made smarter bets, with patience and precision. It's better to hang out with people better than you. Pick out associates whose behavior is better than yours, and you'll drift in that direction. Buffett once said. That's not just homespun wisdom. It's backed by social contagion theory. Research shows our habits, ambition levels, and even decision-making patterns begin to mirror the people we regularly engage with. Buffett's real secret wasn't just capital, it was compound synergy. When your network sharpens you, multiplies your clarity, and grounds your boldness, the returns go far beyond financial. So now, let's talk about how to find your own Charlie Mungers. Now that you've seen how Buffett's success hinged on the right relationships, let's bring it closer to home. Ask yourself this: what truly moves you? Not the labels or the LinkedIn summary, but your internal current. Your motivational niche isn't your role, it's your rhythm. Maybe you're driven by creativity, challenge, contribution, or autonomy. Once you tune into that, the next step is to find people who swim in that same current, those who don't drain your energy, but deepen your direction. Jim Rohn said, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with." That's not just a catchy line, it's a filter. Seek out challengers who push your limits, creators who spark new ways of thinking, builders who make progress feel real, and anchors who keep you honest when the hype sets in. Defining your niche helps cut through the noise. It sharpens your sense of fit, who belongs in your world and who doesn't. When you find your tribe, you'll feel less like you're chasing momentum and more like you're generating it. Next up, we'll explore how this tribe doesn't just support your niche, it accelerates your mastery. Now imagine this. You're not the only engine running. You're part of a power grid, a circle where everyone brings voltage. This isn't about having brilliant friends for status. It's about building a collective baseline that challenges, energizes, and sustains you. Growth doesn't just add up here, it multiplies. The science backs it too. According to a Harvard Business Review study, individuals with strong mentor and peer networks report nearly double the career satisfaction and achieve goals significantly faster. Anna Wintour once said, "Surround yourself with the best people you can find, delegate authority, and don't interfere." That's not just fashion world wisdom. It's a masterclass in trust, synergy, and letting excellence breathe. The right circle offers real-time feedback, shared learning, accountability, and a bounce-back system when things go south. When everyone's moving with intention, growth becomes inevitable. And this is where the leap happens, from effort to elevation. Let's now explore how to intentionally find and nurture this circle. Keep away from people who try to belittle your ambitions. Mark Twain. His words still ring true in today's hyper-connected world. As you grow, so does your sensitivity to energy, and not all of it is productive. The wrong people don't always show up in obvious ways. Some drain you through subtle negativity, backhanded remarks, or stagnant mindsets. These are the ones who dim your spark without you even realizing it. Just like plants thrive when we prune dead branches, our focus sharpens when we remove relationships that don't serve our purpose. Protecting your motivational flow means making room for those who inspire, challenge, and elevate you, not drag you into drama or doubt. Radical honesty is required here. Who brings clarity to your life? Who clouds it? Pruning isn't about cruelty, it's about alignment. Let go of connections that run on obligation or old versions of you. Because when your circle is right, your drive isn't just preserved, it's amplified. Next, we'll talk about how to intentionally curate those high-frequency connections and stay rooted in growth. Let's take it deeper. Once you've filtered for fit and cleared the noise, it's not about growing your contacts list. It's about deepening your human connections. Ralph Waldo Emerson said it best, "The only way to have a friend is to be one." That's your cue. Be the one who shows up, who listens, who celebrates someone else's win with no agenda. The magic lives in mutuality, in consistency, curiosity, and the courage to be seen without filters. Don't just network. That's surface level. Build relationships where trust becomes the currency and shared growth becomes the payoff. Post your progress. Invite feedback. Offer value before you ask for it. When you lead with generosity, you attract people who move the same way. These bonds don't just support your vision, they help shape it. And in a world of constant noise, a handful of raw, reciprocal connections is your greatest amplifier. Now that we've grounded ourselves in authenticity, let's shift focus. How do you stay in sync with that kind of momentum? Now, let's move from theory to real-life momentum. We're talking about spaces where collaboration isn't just a buzzword, but the key to growth. First up, digital learning communities. Reddit's R-Entrepreneur, for example, has helped countless people crowdsource answers, test ideas, and stay accountable. These days, Discord servers and niche Slack groups are picking up where that left off. These aren't just passive places where you read content. They're interactive hubs where people grow, share feedback, and support each other in real time. Next, mastermind pods. Imagine 5 creators coming together weekly to exchange insights, share leads, and hold each other accountable. This is today's version of Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. Whether it's indie makers, wellness coaches, or startup founders, these small, tight-knit groups turn individual ambition into collective power. They mix honesty with strategy to spark breakthroughs. Then, influencer collaborations. Forget about basic sponsorships. Today, creators in finance, wellness, and education are co-creating content, amplifying not just their reach, but their trust. When aligned voices come together, communities grow stronger and learning deepens. The best part? These aren't exclusive clubs. They're open spaces that you can join or create. So don't wait for a big opportunity. Find or create a table where everyone brings something to the table, learns, and leaves better. Growth happens together. Find the right current, and you won't just move forward, you'll be pushed forward. Let this be a nudge, not just to watch, but to join in. Start your circle, share your work, and build with people who get it. Here's where it all clicks. The values of long-term thinking, collaboration, and strategic alignment aren't old school. They're Gen Z's baseline, just running on different rails. This generation doesn't wait for job offers to build influence. They're launching newsletters from dorm rooms, forming DAOs that fund real ventures, and building podcasts with friends from 3 time zones away. Platforms like Discord, Reddit, and Substack aren't just forums, they're the new incubators. Robert Greene nailed it. The future belongs to those who learn more skills and combine them in creative ways. That's exactly what Gen Z is doing, remixing skills, ideas, and collaborators to create value on their terms. And yes, this mirrors Buffett's biggest insight. Surround yourself with smart, curious, purpose-driven people. It's just that now, the boardroom might look like a group DM. So if you're still waiting for a formal invite to build something big, stop. Gen Z proves you can find your people, sharpen your edge, and grow together. No permission needed. We're no longer living in an age where grind alone gets you there. The world has shifted from isolated hustle to intentional synergy, from hoarding knowledge to co-creating value. You're not just chasing success. You're shaping it with the people who walk beside you. You're a current, vibrant, unique. But every current gains strength with the right channel. The people you choose, the spaces you show up in, the energy you allow, they're not just part of your story. They are the story. We've moved past the myth of the lone genius. The new advantage? Alignment, amplification, authenticity. The circles you cultivate determine the scale of your growth and the resilience of your journey. The future belongs to those who not only know their flow, but direct it with care. Because in this era, success is no longer solo. It's shared, it's strategic, and when done right, it's unstoppable.